Yo, are we live right now? Is everything working? Let me see, is my mic on? Can everybody hear me? Just comment in the chat if I sound fine. Comment if you guys can hear me. Let's see, I already see Gabriel Pinto in the house. Is the mic on? Can everybody hear me just fine? Okay. I gotta trust I gotta trust Laser Pants. So if Laser Pants said we're good, I'm gonna assume that we are good, man. What is going on, everybody? Happy holidays. I don't know if anybody's seen my last video. Usually when I do the Keep It Real videos, they don't get views like that. I only put like one ad in them just in the beginning so YouTube could push them. But like, happy holidays, everybody. I did a Keep It Real video just talking about the holidays, and I hope that everybody is doing good. I hope everybody's okay. What is good, everybody? Man, Mython the Python, and how he changed his picture. What's good, man? What is good? You think I was gonna notice you changed your picture? Of course, we got legendary Laser Pants in the house. What is good, man? I just want to let it fill up for like, maybe another. Oh my God. Starting off early. Legend Series Props and Photos has just become a channel member. Thank you for joining the Ninja Clan, man. So 10 minutes after this live, we will be going live for a private member chat where I'm going to do another giveaway in that chat. So make sure that you, if you can, if you got the time, make sure that you stay tuned after this is over. Any channel members, because we have the private chat afterwards. But man, we got quite a few people in the house tonight. Yes, hi. What is going on? What is up? Thank you for being here. Oh man, we got Ramen Toys in the house. I always say toys with an S. I should say Ramen Toy, man. What is going on? I don't know if everybody's seen my most recent video. We're gonna talk about the Ramen Toy in general too. But that car is nice, man. Guys, that car was way better than I thought it would be. Honestly, low key, guys, I could have saved some money by not ordering it. But after doing the review, and nah, man, that car's too nice. I didn't think it was gonna be that nice in person. I did not think. Damn, Laser Pants. This is so you'll do a little dance on the fest. Okay. All right, man. You know what? If I do a dance, I'm gonna have the girls record it just to send you a clip, bro. Because I feel like you low-key trying to push me to start up my OnlyFans. I got channel members, but, I need OF or something like that, So I'll send you a little clip. If I do a dance on a pole, I'll send you a clip, man. I hope you like it. Oh, man. What is going on, everybody? So many people here in the chat. I already saw Blake Tarpley pop up. What is going on, man? What's up? Everybody is here. Collect to disconnect. Jester is in the house. Gabriel Pinto. Oh man, what is going on? We're gonna have just a chill stream. This is just gonna be a light chill stream for the night. I just want to talk about some vehicles. I want to see what you guys think about these vehicles. And yeah, just it's been funny, man. The stuff that people's been posting. Everybody's thoughts on his tank, which is overwhelmingly positive, and I'm not surprised. Overall, I'm positive about it too. I have my little gripes, but overall, I'm positive about that his tank. Just we're gonna. It seems like size comparisons really get under people's skin when it comes to the his tank, and I'm not sure why, but we're gonna get into that tonight, man. We are filling up super fast. I figured like at some point during the show, it won't be a little bit closer to the end. We're gonna do the 20K giveaway, and I'm not even gonna show what we're giving away yet. We're gonna wait. I'm not even gonna show. Not gonna show it yet. But yeah, man, we got quite a few people here. So let me just get to some of this stuff real fast. JC Creations, what is good? Thank you for becoming a channel member and joining the army. What is good, man? Thank you, JC. Appreciate that. I love seeing familiar names pop up all the time. All the time. Mython with the member chat had to represent the Ninja Clan. Only Python mode activated. That is a good name for that mask. That's exactly what that shit represents. By the way, thank you for that mech vid. I got 3 at Dow. Damn, you found 3? Was that the first store that you went into? Because I didn't get that lucky. Most people don't get that lucky. The first store that they go into, they got just 3 sitting there. But dude, let me know in the chat anybody that was able to find it. I saw we have Rocco in the house tonight too. I gotta watch some of his toy hunts. His toy hunts is entertaining. I wonder if he's gonna be looking for that mech. Shout out to Rocco. But yeah, Mython, I was happy that I found it. Chad, William Toys, like they threw me down that hole to try to find something that would work in that line, man. Curb Stomp Films, man, what is going on, man? I always loved your photo too, man. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Ninja, thank you for all that you do. Just keeping it real. I appreciate that, Curb Stomp. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I hope that you're having a good holiday. You, the family, everybody's good. I hope that everybody over there is good, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it, especially during the damn holidays. RG is in the house. What's up, RG? Man, I bring up RG's a name a lot on my channel because RG has just always been super, super supportive and nice to me and just amazing to me and the girl. So shout out to RG, man. Ah, look who we got in the house tonight. We got Unk, man. If you guys have not checked his top 10 video, it was pretty accurate and pretty entertaining, man. Unk's top 10 video was pretty good. Need to hit some Dollar Generals and see if I could find that mech suit tomorrow. $15. Come on, 100%. That's how, bro. Even we could laugh at it. We could talk about the articulation and stuff. It's a $15 like store. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not supposed to be anything crazy. But I think if you just touch it up, give it a little bit of love, I think that thing will look really nice on the shelf. Really, really nice. Pokey87 with a member chat. Love the Keeping It Real video. Much love and best of wishes to you and yours. Thank you, man. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that so much. So let's get into, I'm gonna pause and everything else. Let's just start talking about the topic. And we're here for vehicle wars, man. Who was it? I think it was Jeff. Somebody was saying that I should have the whole, I should do an impersonation from Mad Max screaming vehicle wars. And I said, nah, when it comes to impersonations, that's just Laser Pants. Like I leave all the impersonations to Laser Pants because he does such a good job. He does such a good job as the Mad Hatter. He does a good job as McFarlane. Like he's just awesome with the damn impersonation. So I'm gonna leave all that stuff to Laser Pants. Oh man, we got quite a few people here, man. I appreciate everybody that showed up because this is technically the start of Thanksgiving. This is technically the start of Christmas weekend. So a lot of people are traveling tonight, going to families' houses or just getting stuff ready. Maybe you guys are going to travel tomorrow or Sunday. But while you travel, just be careful, please. Let me just set this up real fast because I am going to try this for the first time now that I actually can. But I just want to show you guys, it was funny to me. Hold up. Very funny that I was watching, of course, I was watching one of the most recent 3POA lives. And it was super funny to me that this photo has been making the rounds. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay, look, we got it set up. We finally, guys, I'm not good with this. I'm good with photography, videography, editing, but going live is like a whole new world to me, man. I appreciate everybody that sticks it through with me, but these photos have been making the rounds online, and I did just want to talk about them because they were funny to me. They were funny and it was interesting. Of course, we have the usual characters that, cried and complained about certain photos online, and we're going to get to the photos that Vala posted. But it was interesting to me, guys, because overall, I do think the His Tank is absolutely beautiful. I liked a lot of the engineering on it. I just wish it was a tiny bit bigger. But then at the same time, some of the source material, it doesn't look that big. Like, I feel like in some source material, it looks ginormous. But then in other times, it looks small. But it was funny to me. I was looking at all the Facebook groups and, seeing people debate or get all bent out of shape over these photos. And it was just so interesting to me that people were actually getting upset about these damn photos because to me, and like I said, the usual characters, they cried about it, and they were trying to say Valor forced perspective here, and he had them angled, but it looks like he has them all angled equally, and like the back corner is what he's using as the angling point. But I mean, if we're going to talk about forced perspective, it doesn't get more forced than this. I mean, he totally got this like angled at a way, and then you got the truck off in a corner, so the truck looks tiny next to it. And I do think the vamp is going to be small as it should be. I don't think it should be big. But I do wish, man, I do wish this his tank was a little bit bigger. Just I don't know. It's just my feelings. I'm not saying it had to be beautiful. I already think it's beautiful. This thing looks awesome. Everybody, including when I was watching the 3PA, Vala, Laser Pants, everybody talked about how nice it looks. Like this thing looks nice. It is nice. The features, I like the engineering on it. Everything is good, man. I just think it's kind of small. Chat, let me know. Guys, let me know in the chat if you feel like I just wish it was a tad bit bigger. Maybe it's because of the name Tank. Like I'm thinking of the name Tank. The name is in the goddamn title, right? So maybe it's because of that name, but I do wish it was a little bit bigger. I don't know why I felt like it was going to be bigger from, some of the promo shots and the stuff that they did during the HasLab, just the whole promotional phase. I felt like it was going to be a little bit bigger, but clearly not. But Valor definitely ruffled some feathers by by posting this video. I mean, this picture. But to me, I was like, dude, what feathers are there to like ruffle? But then I seen online in the Facebook groups and stuff like that, I seen people saying like, oh, it's not accurate. It's not accurate to scale. It's not. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, or they're saying the Vanguard is too big. And I'm like, nah, I seen the Vanguard in person. Like, I've seen it in person multiple times, going all the way from the sample. He was bringing it to shows. I'm like, nah, the Vanguard is pretty in scale. So then that must mean that the his tank is kind of small. And like I said, I think it's beautiful, man. I was lucky enough. My brother sent me a his tank. I did not pay for it. He supports me, man. He obviously he gotta love me to send me a his tank, and I just appreciated it so much because I would have missed out. Like I didn't want to support the HasLab because it was a HasLab, so but I definitely would have missed out. And this his tank is so damn beautiful, man. So shout out to my brother Shaw for getting that to me. I appreciate you so much, man. I got a his tank, and I'm not. It's not like guys. It's not like I'm not hating on it because I think that it's beautiful. But at the same time, I don't want you to think I only think it's beautiful because I got it as a gift. No, I appreciate getting it as a gift. But me and him keep it real with each other all the time. So of course he was like, "Man, if you don't like that shit, just say it. Like if it's not for you and you don't like it, I'm like, this thing is beautiful, man. Like I unboxed it. I was rolling it around this morning. I like the way the treads feel. I like everything on it. I just wish that it would have been a little bit bigger. And it was funny to me here, they even put the truck on like this little landscape thing. Now, I don't know if that's gonna come with the truck. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it's just they little things like that. As a photographer, I see little and I'm like, oh, okay, you're being clever. Like that was very clever to do. Just to raise the truck up a little bit more. Otherwise, I think that truck would look much tinier in the background to this his tank. And like I said, if you want guys, anybody that's saying Valid did forced perspective shots on his pictures, I mean, it doesn't get more forced than this. You got something all the way in the corner and something all the way up front. But you guys know that I got the ramen racer in. So before I had to pack that back up, you know what I'm saying, and try to send it out, I was lucky enough to be able to get some nice shots of my his tank just next to the ramen racer. And these shots don't do it justice. They do not do this justice at all. But it's like for everybody saying that it's the his tank that's in scale and the his tank is big and it's the perfect size, and maybe you guys are right. Maybe the source material that I'm looking at, maybe it's not good, or maybe we're looking at two very different types of source materials. But now it's kind of like I'm going to show it size wise next to some other stuff that I have. And it forces me to beg the question. So is the his tank the correct size and everything else is wrong? Because it's one thing when you're just saying, oh, compared to the Vanguard, it's out of scale. But to me, when I look at it compared to a lot of these things, I'm like, this thing, I just wish it was a little bit bigger, though it is beautiful. And to be honest, if I could have more, I would have at least gotten one more. Because two of these beautiful his tanks together, like just on the shelf, on oh my God, I'm sure that looks beautiful. I'm sure that looks beautiful. But the ramen racer is in scale. Like without a doubt, you guys seen it next to a ton of different figures, 6-inch figures, 7-inch figures for the most part. And in real life, that car is like a boat, man. It is a old school, like monster boat. So, but the ramen racer is in scale. That's my point. So it's like when I'm looking at it compared to the ramen racer, let me get, because I took multiple shots so people don't say I'm trying to force perspective. But here I have them lined up back to back. So basically, the back bumper on this is the back bumper on his tank. Guys, come on, man. Like, to me, when we use the word tank, I'm thinking of like something pretty big and sizable, especially something like the his tank that but like I said, that's just my how I feel about it. This is just what I'm thinking of when I think about the source material. But I'm like, it's not the Vanguard. The Vanguard is not out of scale. So everybody that I've seen saying that in Facebook groups, I had people DMing me and messaging me, "Oh, the Vanguard looks like it's too big." Dude, no, no, it's not the Vanguard. It's the his tank. So unless you're gonna die on that mountain, you're gonna die on that hill, and be like, "Oh no, it's it's everything but the his tank." So everything else is out of scale, but the his tank. Here we have the Fortnite boat, and from front to back, I'm sure a lot of people that do have the his tank also have the Fortnite boat, especially now that it is showing up at Ollie's R Us. So with this boat being at Ollie's R Us for like 20 bucks, I would definitely recommend getting it. But lengthwise, it's basically the same. Hey man, like it is what it is. Not that much of a big deal to me. And then look at how tiny my little vehicle is. Everything that I'm showing for the most part, I have videos on my channel to see all these vehicles. But it is funny to me because I didn't think that this was going to be anywhere near size in comparison. And I know height wise and there's no comparison, but I'm talking about the length. The length of it is pretty comparable, man. Look how tiny this looks. So like I said, it depends on what you put it next to. And if you put this 6-inch scale, supposedly, if you put this 6-inch scale his tank next to some 3-inch vehicles, of course it's gonna look huge. So I see a lot of people posting this his tank next to 3-inch scale his tanks. And of course, man, this thing looks ginormous, but that's putting it next to 3-inch scale stuff. The second you put this stuff next to some 4-inch or next to some 5, 6, 7-inch scale vehicles, you start to see like, man, this thing just isn't that big. I wish it would have been much bigger. This is the turtle van, and this turtle van was for like the 5-inch figures, I believe back in the early 2000s. But I got a video up on my channel about it. But this is for that. So I'm like, dude, you guys can see like here is the Batmobile RC that I did an entire video for. Now that RC is bigger. Like, so from the back of it, I'm sure I have another shot. At least I hope I do. I hope Past Ninja actually did. Okay, I did. Thank you. So you guys can see here, anybody that has this RC, because there was quite a few people that did purchase this RC. From the back to the front, it's longer, it's bigger, it's wider. Did I even do a shot to show? I think I did. Yes, like, excuse all the dust on my shit. It's been sitting on the shelf since the video, guys. But it just makes me say, like, man, I just wish the his tank was a little bit bigger. But it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, there's no way that, and this isn't all just to defend, it's not defending the Vanguard. I'm thinking about 6-inch vehicles in general. And I'm like, I hope that, whatever future HasLab vehicles we get from the classified line, I hope that they can be a little bit more sizable. Like, imagine how big the Rolling Thunder should be. I hope that's not downscaled. And they've been in interviews multiple times saying, hey, oh, we can't make a flag or we can't make certain things because in scale, that, imagine how big that would have to be. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, of course, it would have to be huge, right? Something like the Rolling Thunder have to be huge. I'm not denying that. I think that they're telling the truth when it comes to that stuff.
He ain't lying.
But it's funny to me because it's like when I look at the his tank, I'm like, so does it have to be in scale, or can it just be in scale for 6-inch figures? So what I mean when I say that is, I thought the cat's layer was beautiful, but clearly the cat's layer was not true scale to those figures. The cat's layer would have to be huge. So if that's the path we're gonna go down with the HasLabs, and because I feel like this his tank could have been a little bit bigger, but if that's the path that we're gonna go down, it's like, so then everything is fair game, including the flag. Everything is fair game if we're gonna downsize things a little bit. If that's what we're gonna do, I just feel like it's all fair game. And yeah, like we can really get anything now when it comes to size and everything else, because like I said, a lot of this stuff, just these are just some of them are 6-inch vehicles, but no matter what 6-inch vehicle I compare this thing to, it's kind of small. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I like the lights, I like everything about it, but it is kind of small. And I'm like, damn, like this is what we got out of a crowdfund. Like I was hoping it would be a little bit bigger. Once again, like I said, I have them bumper to bumper here. Like I'm not trying to sell you guys shit. I already have my ramen racer still coming, so I'm good. I'm happy with what I got. But when I think about like a diorama, a toy photography, and I have cars parked on the side of the block, and then I have the his tank coming down the street, and I wanted something a little bit bigger, a little bit more intimidating. And that's not really what we got here, though. What we did get is absolutely beautiful. But I will say it. I said it before, and I will say it again, and I will continue to say it. It didn't need to be a crowd like a HasLab. Like, guys, look, when I'm looking at this stuff compared to these other 6-inch vehicles, like, you guys are so lucky. You're so lucky. I didn't get the Vanguard, and I didn't get a sample. I didn't get nothing. Otherwise, I would have been able to do this with the Vanguard as well. But like when I'm comparing this thing to other 6-inch vehicles or the 6-inch boat and stuff like that, that's for the Fortnite line. And you guys can see how small this thing really is. Like, but at the same time, it's a downside. Like, it's my only negative about this thing. It's just, I just wish it was a little bit bigger. I still love it. I still wish I had another one. I wish it was a little bit bigger. At the same time, it does make me hopeful that we can get some of those bigger vehicles in the line that they keep saying, oh, it would just have to be too big. Oh, it would just, that's out of the realm of possibility. No, it's not. Like, it's not. You guys can, it doesn't have to be true to scale with the figures. Otherwise, that cat's layer would have been the size of my bed. No lie. And I got to have a pretty big bed, right? Like, so that cat's layer would have been ridiculous. But I feel like as collectors, we just want things that will look nice on a shelf or be a nice centerpiece. It doesn't have to be true to scale, basically, but it just make it fit in. Make it look like it could possibly fit in or could possibly make sense. It doesn't necessarily need to be exactly like true or nothing like that. Nah, man, just give me some great damn vehicles, man. I got some more stuff to talk about, but let's see what's been going on in the chat. I rambled on for a little bit. Let me catch up, guys. Give me 1 second. Looks like we got a lot of stuff. And we got Exo Cymech has become a channel member. Thank you so much. And I think I recognized that photo. I think he hit me up on Instagram and I saw how nice he makes, like custom mechs. But Exo, thank you for joining the Articulated Ninja Clan, man. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Let me see if this guy's talking shit. I think it's scaled correctly in proportion to the 3. Yeah, it looks good, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. It looks good, especially compared when you're comparing it to 3-inch vehicles. It's just, for me personally, when I start to compare it to some 6-inch vehicles, and I think Valor's photos were pretty accurate, I can already tell this thing is, it's not gonna look to me the most intimidating next to 6-inch vehicles. But if you're comparing it next to some 3-inch vehicles, yeah, this thing looks beautiful. It looks huge. It looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't think it's that big next to some 3-inch vehicles. I mean, next to some 6-inch vehicles. Hence why in that shot, they had to, like, absolutely had to have the vamp all the way in the background. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. And the fact that they put the vamp in the background and And then they even raised it up on the front because I'm like, that vamp would have looked super tiny in this shot. They had to do it this way. I understand why they did. It's all marketing and promo. That's fine. I get it. But they had to do this. If they didn't do this, it would have made, I think it wouldn't have been a good light on either product. So to show how big the his tank is, and then to not make the vamp, you know what I'm saying? Because you're shining a light on one product, you don't want to shit on the other product. To make the vamp not look that bad, of course, we're gonna raise it up. But otherwise, in this photo, I think the topic would have been, look at how tiny that damn vamp is. But guys, I mean, just based on this, I already know the vamp is gonna be tiny. What, it only seats two? Like it should be. And I'm not talking shit about it. I am getting a vamp. I am getting multiple vamps. It should be tiny. But it was so funny to me. I was just silent. Like I've been silent on the his tank. I was silently looking at all these chats and everybody arguing and talking about how out of scale the Vanguard. So I guess the Ramen Racer is out of scale too, right? The Ramen Racer is out of scale. That RC Batmobile is out of scale. The Fortnite boat is out of scale. All these things are out of scale because there's no possible way people don't want to accept that. No, the his tank is just tiny. Like it is what it is. It's tiny on a 6-inch scale. Like, but to me, it depends. Like I said, your reference, because in some of the references that I seen, it really wasn't that big. And I think it's just the name, his tank, that tank that's in the name, that's like misguiding me. But man, that was I don't know, man. Like I just wish it was a little bit bigger. Now here, let me try to go back to the main screen. Okay, got back to the main screen. That was nice and simple, man. We got JC Fett with the $10. Thank you so damn much. Thank you for the super chat. I think the size is fine. It's in scale. It's meant to be high speed tank smaller. The 1/18th version scales the same comparatively. See, that's what I'm saying. So it depends. Like it depends on what reference or, and like I said, it's also me being biased because the name tank is in the name to the actual product. I'm like, I just wish it was a little bit bigger. But do like I said, I would get another one if I could. Like I would definitely get another one. I just don't think at that size, I don't think it needed to be a crowdfund, man. And there's so many people that defend it, especially now that they got it in hand and they see how beautiful it is. And I'm not arguing against none of that. But even with how beautiful it is, I'm not gonna say this thing needed to be crowdfunded, especially at that size. And look at the size of the Vanguard. Look at the size of the Ramen Racer. Look at the size of the Fortnite. Like we get sizable things, especially now in 6-inch scale. So I just wish it didn't have to be crowdfunded. And I would have been happy if it would have been a little bit bigger. Shout out to Gun Bunny Customs. He was the first person, maybe the only person that I seen actually take it apart. JC, thank you. Thank you for being a member and thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate it so much. But Gun Bunny Customs, he was the first person I seen take it apart. And he was saying like he wished it was a little bit bigger too, especially like as far as carrying troops. Laserpan said there was this one dummy that said the Vanguard was too big. What he doesn't realize is that the Action Force classified in Marvel Legends are actually 1/11th or 6.5 scale. The Vanguard. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So much, man. I get it. Ramen Tori says, articulated, there are small tanks like the AMX-13, but they are also called light tanks, while the big ones are called main battle tanks. Okay, see? That makes sense. So I'm going to use what Ace just made me knowledgeable about. I'm going to use that for the rest of the thing, and I'm going to say, okay, then I don't think that a light battle tank, I don't think that a light tank should have needed to be crowdfunded. I'll just say it like that, man. But is that thing beautiful? Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeff was the one that wanted me to do the whole Mad Max shit. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going to embarrass myself with that impersonation. So are you the king or Rockarola or... He always coming with some next shit, man. Shout out to Just Jeff. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it, especially everybody willing to become channel members, willing to super chat during the holidays. I posted an entire video about that yesterday. It is rough. It is rough for a lot of people right now. So I appreciate anybody that wants to support the channel. Thank you so much. And sheesh, man. Hold up. Jack Boy gifted 5 memberships, man. 5 memberships.
Damn!
Thank you so much, man. And he's already a member. Thank you so much. So to whoever got those 5 memberships, man, thank Jack Boy. Bro, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for that. Oh man, we got Frazier in the building who's a member using his member chat. What's up, Ninja? Happy holidays to you, your ladies, and everyone else. Yo, happy holidays, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a channel member and supporting me. So Ace just put me onto some game, and it makes sense. It makes sense what he's saying as far as, obviously I knew there were bigger tanks as well as smaller tanks. But at the same time, it makes me hopeful for the HasLab and for, crowdfunding stuff that they should not be doing in the first place. It also makes me worried that, they could crowdfund something this tiny. I mean, to me, like I said, there's still no comparison to this compared to the Sentinel. I made videos about it, not going to get into specifics and all that. Those videos are still up for anybody that wants to see them, but I just don't think crowdfunding stuff should have to be vehicles this small. Because, I mean, whether people want to admit it or not, whether people want to say, hey, it's in scale or it don't make a difference. This is not as big as I would have liked for it to be, especially considering that the Ramen Racer and the Vanguard, it all makes sense. Like they're in scale. Like I'm not going to say that they're not in scale, and those things are definitely in scale. Sheesh, man. Let's see what's going on with this chat real fast. Damn, we got quite a lot of people here. Vatos Locos in the house. Another name that I recognize. He said that picture is hilarious. Yo, I can't believe that they literally put the vamp up, the 2 front tires up to make it look even bigger. It would have been a bad look if they didn't do that. Honestly, it would have made the vamp look super, super tiny, as it should be. Like I said, I guess his tank is the tank version of the vamp, which to me in my mind is just a light speed assault vehicle. That's all it is in my mind. A light speed assault vehicle, man. And this is a good point. And Victor says it's a fictional tank. You really can't compare it to a real one. Right. And I don't. So I was looking at some of the source material for his tank, sometimes in the cartoons, but this was drawn how long ago? What version of G.I. Joe am I talking about? Sometimes it's drawn huge, sometimes it's drawn small. So I had no idea before my package was showing up really where this thing was gonna fall on that metric. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm not one of those guys that like I'm a stickler to like, oh well, comparing this to real life, it's fictional. Honestly, the classified line in general is like the superhero of, it's the most fictional line of military people that you could possibly think. There's a guy with a metal head. Come on now, man. Like, it kills me when I watch these guys get all upset and they're like, hey, certain things aren't as real world accurate as they should be. What I think happens though is, unfortunately, some of the team members that are behind doing the products, they try to use terminology and they say certain things that makes it seem like it's supposed to be real world accurate. And they use incorrect terminology when they're promoting these products. So it implies like, hey, this is supposed to be real world, or this is supposed to be more accurate than it's supposed to be. And I think they dig a hole for themselves. And we know Hasbro have a notorious record of digging holes for themselves during interviews, and just the random unnecessary stuff that they insert during the interview that they did not have to insert. Whether they're calling something the wrong thing or whatever. It's just, it is funny, man. So, but yes, I know, man. I know it's a fictional line. I get it. Right for Valhalla says, I love that photo too. That is dope, man. Probably an artist. That's some artistic ass photo. After seeing the side-by-side comparisons of the tank next to the Vanguard, I think it definitely didn't need to be crowdfunded. Valor knew it and knocked the Vanguard out of the park. I gotta agree with you, man. I read it wrong the first time, so I was like, oh, okay, like we could talk about why it did or why it didn't need to be. But yeah, it definitely did not need to be crowdfunded. Like I said, you're talking about something In the photo, I'm not I'm not tripping, but in the photo, you're talking about something that is basically the same size or smaller than the Vanguard. Basically uses the same amount of plastic or less plastic. I'm not saying, I don't know anything for sure. Less plastic than the Vanguard. I don't know why this thing needed to be crowdfunded at all. So I definitely agree with you, Valhalla. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's tough because I don't like the whole HasLab crowdfunded thing. I don't like supporting that stuff. I didn't. And I missed out on his tank. If it wouldn't have been for my bro hooking me up, I would have 100% missed out. And I'm glad that I didn't because it is beautiful. I'm not arguing that. But it's like, there's so much guilt behind supporting the a crowd fund where I'm like, we as consumers, I feel like some of us are starting to wake up, and we have channels like myself, the 3P away, that are trying to wake people up and be like, yo, make sure for you, because everybody has their own perceived value, sure, but just make sure that you're critically thinking about this and you really feel like it's worth it. Because if it's not, then it's like, I don't understand what people are dying to support these things for. Like, and they're dying on a hill, like, oh, the Vanguard's out of scale and this, that. Yo, so it's not just the Vanguard then. You're saying everything else is out of scale. Because no matter what I put next to that his tank, the his tank don't look like a big tank. No matter what I put next to it. So we can't just condemn the Vanguard. We have to condemn everything else. And then we're saying only the classified line is correct. So yeah, man. I don't know. Give me 1 second. Okay. But what is Unc saying here? Don't got a top. Why you do? My girl don't got a top, but she got a middle and a bottom. Yo, that makes sense, man. At least she got, some people don't have nothing. Some people are selective, and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, be appreciative you got that, man, cuz I've seen I've seen some crazy stuff. Mark Rose has just become a channel member, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining the Ninja Clan. I all the Ninja Clans, make sure that y'all stay for the private, because we're gonna do another giveaway there. I don't think it would be fair personally to just do a public giveaway for the 20K subscribers and then not do one for my Ninja Clan. My Ninja Clan, and I say it in videos all the time too, Ninja Clan members do mean more to me than subscribers. There's tons of people that subscribe just to, talk negatively, or, or disagree, and but not my Ninja members, man. You guys definitely. Gabriel in the house, man. Shout out to Pinto. um just Jeff says Just Jeff says the Batmobile from the DC Collectibles line, the animated one, scales pretty well. That's a grill nowadays, man. The price of that, if we're talking about what I think you're talking about with the lights in it and everything, that is definitely a grill. That is 100% a grill. Now that the price of that thing is up there, as it should be, because I think it's beautiful. I 100% think it's beautiful. Just Jeff, I will definitely get around to getting that. I'm behind on Instagram, and I say that all the time because it's like every week I do a little bit more and I can never fully catch up. But I will 100% get around to getting to that. This is interesting. Wilson says, how do you feel about all the reuse and the repaints in the Valorverse line? I feel the same exact way about all the reuse in the Valorverse line as I do about all the reuse in the classified line. It is a military line, so it doesn't bother me at all. And I like that picture. That is a dope picture, man. That looks like Blade from the animated series. There was like this anime style Blade. That's what that looks like it's from. But I feel the same exact way, man. If you go back and you watch any of my videos, I never complained about reuse in the classified line. And to be honest, I don't think I'll ever complain about reuse in the classified line the same way I'm never really going to complain about reuse in the Action Force line. But when you say Valorverse line, now that he's branching out and doing more IPs like the White Dragon, we got to be specific. But I'm just going to assume that you're talking about Action Force. But when it comes to military lines, Guys in the chat, let me know how you feel about it. I am not as big of a stickler when it comes to military lines as I am superhero lines, because there's no way you're telling me that all these superheroes shop at the same Walmart. There's no way. There's no way all these superheroes get their suits designed by the same exact guy. Maybe if we're talking about the Invincibles, right? Shout out to that guy in the Invincibles that makes a lot of the superhero suits. He seems cool as hell. But if we're talking about DC, Marvel, these should be, have different textures, should be different sculpts, should be different sizes. But when it comes to classified and it comes to action force, to me the reuse is totally fine, because they're boots, they're military boots. Of course there's going to be variations to military boots and military pants and military vests, but for the most part these are universal. It makes me laugh. One time I seen somebody comment and they were upset that I believe it was in the action force line, that the guns weren't to scale with the women. Let me say that again. They were upset like that the guns, they wanted to know like, hey, when are you gonna make the guns in scale with the women? And I don't know, man, like that, my first thought was
Shut your stupid ass up.
100% my, because I'm like, in real life, are those scaled to different genders? No. No, they're not. But yo, that represents the day and age that we're living in, where people think, different gender, all of a sudden we have to change everything and change the scale and do a hilarious stuff, man. But that is some of the logic of people out there. And it doesn't surprise me. Absolutely doesn't surprise me, because majority of companies and majority of people is just,
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
and that's the way that it works, man. That is 100% the way that it works. So yeah. That was my reactions, guys. I'm like, dude, like, because he also, it wasn't just the guns, but I know he doubled down on the guns, but he was talking about like, when it comes to vest, and that's more understandable. I can understand the vest. Maybe you want not a large vest, a medium or small size vest, but they've done that. Like they do that in that line, like in action for, like, he made smaller vests and stuff like that to appropriately fit the women. They're not using the male stuff. But when it comes to guns and stuff, or just reuse in general, guys, like, I'm okay with reuse in any military line. It's not just action force. Like I said, you will never, people love to clip me and take me out of context. You will not see me complaining about reuse in classified at all. Like, I don't complain about it. It's a military line. It's okay. Like, it is okay. Valhalla said 100% agree. I like my military's looking uniform, like a matching unit with some different variations in their loadouts. Reuse doesn't bother me at all. I like it for the most part. True. And when it comes to fictional, more, because action force is more real world. It's still fictional and has its sci-fi aspects like the swarm and stuff, but overall I think it's still more real world and grounded than classified. Like I said, you got a guy with a metal head, you got another guy that walks around with a parrot on his shoulder. I mean, just look at the leader. I'm looking up at some of my classified figures right now, and I'm like, man, like, I think I would be hard pressed to be intimidated by a guy walking around with like a snake cane and dressed up like a snake, and I don't think I'm gonna be that worried about that guy. But it's all just fictional stuff, just to have fun, man. Just to have fun and escape. Like, and that makes me wonder too, like, people that like everything to be so accurate to real world, and I kind of don't, man. Like, I like to be able to escape from the real world. So I like that the guy has a metal head. I like that in the action force there's a guy, the bone collector, walking around wearing a whole, in real world, I mean, that stuff might not be as functional or as helpful, but it looks cool, and that's all that matters in the fictional world, is that it looks cool, man. Absolutely all that matters. Oh man, shout out to everybody that is here. We got almost 300 people here and watching. I appreciate you guys so much. My only complaint with the Hasbro reuse comes when the paint, skin tones, and they call it Under. Well, yeah, I'm not even gonna consider that reuse. We're just gonna consider that laziness and like shitty decisions, like the Televiper and the Range Viper. Yeah, they're wearing Under Armour, man. I said in my most recent video, I think it was for my private. Yeah, it was for my private video. Because a lot of the times when I post public videos, I also post private videos for my channel members. And I said in the video, I'm like, God forbid as collectors, we have to use our imagination. guys, I'm cool with using my imagination, but don't lie to me and tell me it's Under Armour when it was just clear cost, like saving cost. It was just clear laziness. Like I am all 100%. I mean, ultimately we're playing with toys. Why would we not want to? Why would Under Armour really bother us? But I don't think it's the Under Armour concept. It's the fact that you're just clearly lying, and that's not what it is, man. That's what bothers me. I hate just being so blatantly lied to, like we're children, by a lot of the companies and the representatives. And when they're doing this promo stuff, it's hilarious. So I always lean more towards companies that seem like they target an adult collector. Those I love those companies because it does. They're not in denial. They're not pretending one moment it's for kids and then the other moment a $300 crowdfunding project that they know kids are not supporting. So I love the companies that lean more towards the adult collector because they get it, man. What's up, man? What is going on? Glad that you could make it. Mython says, when the AN channel t-shirts and stickers coming out, I saw my 3POA ship today. I need an AN. You're right, man. I got to get on top of that, man. One step at a time. I just got my dual screen set up. So now when we go live, I can actually have another screen so we can just quickly look at some stuff, or you know what I'm saying? So next up is 100% merch. And when I say merch, I mean, everybody knows, and Laserpan spoke about this. He addressed this, but creators don't make no money. I'm gonna say toy creators. I'm not talking about the big Logan Pauls, and they could survive. Their grandkids could survive with just merch. But when it comes to the toy tubers and stuff, and these guys aren't running to the bank off of merch, so it's not for making a profit or nothing like that. But I am definitely gonna set up my merch stuff because I want thicky shirts. Like I want articulated ninja thicky shirts to be out there. And when I'm at conventions, so many people walk up and they're like, man, when you gonna make a thicky shirt? I could have wore that today. I could have taken a picture with you having the merch on it. 100%, 100%. My bro sure talks to me about that shit all the time. He's just gonna use that as an example to come at me. He probably just messaged me to come at me saying I need to get it done. But yes, I am 100% getting on top of that, man. Ninja, what's wrong with wearing a metal mask and walking around with a parrot? That's exactly, bro. There's nothing wrong with it, man. Whatever floats your boat. That's what matters. And I say that when it comes to so many things in life, if there's no kiddies involved, no children, and I'm like, dude, you're an adult, man. Do whatever you want to do. Have fun doing whatever you want to do, man. Robert's Infinite Realms in the house. What's up, man? Don't complain about reuse if you defend Marvel 100%. 100%, bro. Like, and I'm not saying McFarlane doesn't do their fair share of reuse. Yes, they definitely do. But I do see, I don't even think it's fair so much to compare McFarlane as well, because that's still, the DC Multiverse line is a very early line. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone in the chat knows, how long has Legends been doing this for? 10, 15 years as far as Hasbro's concerned. Like, so it does, I do realize it's not fair to compare such a newer line to an older line, but even when I look at some of the early Legends, there was more originality in them, but there was still a lot of damn reuse then too. So now it's only stepped up in departments of reuse, but these are superheroes, man. Like, they all don't shop. You're not telling me they all go to the same Old Navy. There's no way, bro. Like, they should be on different sculpts, have different textures, like that. It's crazy. It is wild to me, man. Let's see what's going. 21 years. Of course, he would have an exact damn date. This guy is good, man. Yeah, y'all be thinking I'm joking, but he's literally like a magical genie. Of course he knows. 21 years is a long ass time. That is a long ass time. Ramen says he's looking forward to the Mezco Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. Now, I've seen that they did post a picture about that today, but to be honest, like, I don't know. Like, is it going to be 6-inch scale? Or is it going to be like 3-inch, 4-inch? I'm assuming it's going to be 6-inch scale, but that would be very, very interesting. But I'm only interested if it's 6-inch scale, or something around 6-inch. If it's not, then I'm not interested at all. But I seen that they posted that today. I just didn't have enough facts on it to know for sure. Greg says, what's up, Greg? Another name that I am familiar with. Ninja military lines are uniforms. Uniforms have very little personalization, typically limited to how you arrange your kit. 100%, man. I agree, and that's why I don't complain. I don't complain about reuse. And when new information is given to me, I 100%. I'm willing to change my opinion based on new information. So even when Ramen just brought up, the difference in, a heavy battle lot like battle tank versus a light assault vehicle or a light assault tank, and I just don't even think tank should be in the damn name because there's so much expectation to me with the word tank, but that's just me being biased. But yeah, man, I don't know. People that complain about reuse, when not just Action Force, but people that complain about reuse and classified, and I'm just like, dude, it's a military line. And even with it being as fictional as it is, a guy running around dressed as a snake. You know what I'm saying? I would like to think that a lot of us walk around with a snake, if you know what I mean. But to be dressed as one and shit, it's like, oh man, you're being extra. You're so extra. I wish Chad was here. Chad would have said that's what she said. Shout out to Chad, man. Blake said, Ninja Laser Pants, now that the chain is off Robo, do you think he'll start reviewing Action Force? To be honest, this is more, better than this shit too, man, because you're in the damn private chat. This is more of a private chat conversation. But because Blake is the man, I'll address it here. You worded it and said that the chain is off him, but I don't think that it doesn't mean that the chain had to be the Foosh. It could have just been that they're so cool and so buddy with Super 7. You know what I'm saying? It could be a bunch of reasons, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. And I say it all the time. I don't have no personal issue with Robo. I like what he's built. I like what he's done. My only complaint when it comes to Robo was, even the mission statement. I believe Tony brought this up. The mission statement on the Foosh thing was to bring you action figure news across all lines and stuff like that, or 6-inch 1/12 scale or whatever. And clearly that's not the case. Clearly, they're gonna pick and choose. And I feel like if that's what you're gonna do, if your mission statement is to just report on all action figure news, then you can't pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, I don't watch the news anymore. That shit is depressing to me. But imagine watching the news and they're like, hey, we're just gonna pick and choose, and we're just gonna talk about McDonald's tonight and Burger King, but we're gonna leave all the other fast food chains out of it. It's just like, dude, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be a bias. You have to be uniform, and you have to just report on everything. Leave some of your feelings out, and then maybe you could do another show talking about your feelings when it comes to certain things. Like, there's companies that I don't like, that I'm not too fond of, whether it's personal experiences with the companies, or I just seen the way that they handled themselves or represented themselves, or maybe they mistreated somebody that I know. But I will still talk about them in my news videos on the Find My Figures. Like, I'll still bring them up. We'll still post about them. And I just leave how I feel about the company out, and I just talk about the product. But that's only been my ever issue with Robo, is that, he doesn't talk about Action Force. And it's fine to say, hey, I don't talk about Action Force because of this, that, and the third, but just don't pretend that it don't exist or you don't know about it. I mean, Robo Don't Know is such a thing. I think it's the name of the new YouTube, Robo Don't Know. So, and I talk about shit I don't know about all the time when I'm talking about the news video, because I'm just looking at a good action figure. If it's a good action figure, I'm gonna talk about it. But I like Robo. But I don't think the chain is necessarily gonna be off of him, because the chain didn't have to be the Foosh. It could be how tied in they are with Super 7. It could be a bunch of things. So, if he does, that will be 100% awesome. The only issue I've ever had with him would be gone, but I doubt it. That's just how I feel about it, though. Might be wrong. 100% I might be wrong. Tim Taser in the house. What's good? Garrison. Hi. Oh, sorry I'm late. What is going on? Figure Motion 23 says, have you found any other cheap vehicles? I found a motorcycle that sizes perfectly at Dollar Tree. Have I found any other cheap vehicles? No, and I'm not saying that as a secret. I'm trying to look around. I didn't find any other cheap vehicles recently. No, not at all, man. And there's some vehicles, like, there's times I get something and it's so out of scale, I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna try to do this shit. Like, I'm not gonna try. It's definitely too out of scale, and it's too much work. And with companies like what Ramen Toys is doing, Ramen Toy, I always say toys, that's my bad. But what Ramen Toy is doing, I say toys because he puts out so much damn stuff. But what Action Force is doing, and these companies classified now giving us vehicles like the Vamp, I am less motivated to have to kit bash a vehicle. I just feel like we should be getting them from companies. Now, when we get those vehicles from companies, it is super fun to kit bash those, but it's also 10 times easier because they're already to scale. And that's what I was saying with the Ramen Racer guys. Like, I want to kit bash that thing. Like in the video, I was fighting it. I was fighting it because I'm like, this thing, you know what I'm saying? It has to move on. I can't put a bunch of holes in it. I can't crazy glue shit onto it. But it's so much easier when you're kit bashing something that's already to the scale that you need it to be. I watch tons of amazing people like Gun Bunny Customs on YouTube, and the stuff sometimes that I see them kit bash or repaint, and if it's out of scale, the way that they make it in scale, and you're talking about hours, man, hours and hours and hours of work. And I don't have that. I can't set aside 10 hours just to make something in scale because I'm editing for over 10 hours. Like the ramen video took me over, honestly, it took me over like 13 hours to make. So I'm editing and I'm shooting and I'm doing these things. I can't customize a vehicle for that long. There's some guys that can, but that's what they do. So they're not worried about, making regular reviews. They're not worried about, they put all their free time into kit bashing and customizing. And I think the stuff that they do is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but I can't do it. I didn't even see, look at this. You got me off on a tangent. I didn't even read the second damn part of I found a motorcycle that sizes perfectly at Dollar Tree. I think I know what motorcycle you're talking about, but because I use the motorcycles like the Harley Davidson line that's in Target, that to me, that scales pretty well with 6-inch classified figures and Action Force figures. Because I use that, if you watch my biker video, I did a Kit Bash Customs, quick custom recipe video where I was kit bashing, and I use those bikes. Because I use those bikes, I don't really look for bikes anymore because I have those. Thank you for another super chat. What do you think about the Hacks Red Sonja renders? Their renders, I haven't done a news video yet. I have to do another news video, and I will get to that. And I'll definitely talk about the Red Sonja figure. It looks nice. The renders look nice, but as you guys know, I don't trust renders at all. So I would really like to see some type of actual product. And I believe, once again, that's from Boss Fight. And I don't talk a lot about Boss Fight, but it's not because of anything crazy, and I'm just not super impressed with what I see them do. I got a few of the skeleton figures in, and I just didn't like them as much as I wish I would have liked them. And I don't know if you guys seen the skeleton that the Foosh did. That thing blew everything out of the water. Like, that Foosh skeleton destroyed the Boss Fight skeleton. And my skeleton, I got two, my bro got two, and we both ran into QC issues. Sure, I could have did an entire video ripping them a new one and everything else, but I was so busy with other stuff. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste the time. I'm not even going to waste the time. Hopefully in the future, that studio or that company will put out stuff that, I'll actually like or find impressive or whatever. But as of right now, I'm not too big of a fan of them in general. Because of the QC issues that I ran into in the past with them. And I wasn't the only one. I definitely wasn't the only one. But Red Sonja doesn't look bad. Definitely does not look bad. Archie Higgins in here. What is going on, man? I love that. I love that photo. Anytime I like somebody's photo, I gotta say I love the photo. Have you seen any good pieces for custom dials? I've been eyeing the Beast Labs toy. I think it would be great for the TMNT dial. No, I have not, man. Usually I make my own dials. I made the dial that I use in my reviews and stuff like that. But when it comes to dials, I brought them up before, but Duarte Studios, there's guys like that exist. So I just kind of take a step back and I let them focus on the stuff that they're masters in, because I'm like, nah, man, I'm taking a step back. I'm not even going to focus on dials. But just like cheap, quick dials or whatever, I haven't seen anything lately. And that musk, man, I'm always call it the Reptiles Retreat. But that musk that Ramen Toy is doing, as far as dials are concerned, sheesh, man, I don't think it gets bigger and better than that. Just based on everything that I'm seeing so far and the quality of the Ramen Racer that I had in hand, it made me more excited for that musk. I'm hoping that I could get it on the channel, because that musk, if you guys want to see me review the musk set, I want to try to get 2. This way I could show you guys. That could be someone's complete display wall. But if you guys want to see that, just make sure that you reach out to Ace. Let him know. Comment in the chat like you guys want me to try to get the Musk when there's a good enough sample. And I will try. But when it comes to dials, man, there's certain companies. And if it's not a company, there's independent artists. Like I said, Duarte Studios that, man, they're killing that shit. Like, so I haven't been looking. I'm saving my pennies. I'm saving because that stuff is... I understand why it's pricey, but once again, did the NECA one really have to be? What was the NECA one? 350 or 400? Basically 400 after tax and shipping. I can't remember what dumb price NECA was asking for, man. Somebody in the chat, let me know what NECA was asking for that dial, but I can't remember it. I know it was something ridiculous, but Ace once again came in and made them look silly for their pricing. So crazy stuff, man. Thank you for the super chat, Ivan. I appreciate that so much. Is our Xmas morning gift from you to us a toy room? Yo, you guys won't stop with the toy room tours. Oh man, I get so many. I have to organize my shelves. One, I have to make it look nice. And guys, I'm used to seeing collection rooms like Laser Pants, like Talker Art. Those collection rooms are crazy. It might look crazy right here, but it's not that crazy. It is super selective. But yes, 100%, I will get to it. I will 100% get to it. But I'll let everybody know I'm probably going to release it as a channel member exclusive video first. And then at some point I'll make it public. But that is going to be a long video because I hate when I watch people's collection videos. Let me know if it's just me. But I hate when I watch people's collection videos and they go real close to one shelf and then they just move really fast. I like when it's like you're standing away from the shelf as if you was actually in the room with the person and it's just not focused in all on one small shelf. You take a few steps back and we can look at the entire bookcase. Like just pan on the entire... I don't like when it's too close to the action figures. So it's going to take time for me to make the video because I want it to be nice and appealing. And I need to dust my shelves. Did you see the dust that I had on them damn vehicles in those pictures? I got dust everywhere, man. And it's crazy because I have air filters. Like I have air filters down here, but the damn dust still accumulates. That's what I'm getting for Christmas, dust. Mython said, I have the Loose Collector Red Sonja and love the way she looks. Me too. Me too. Loose Collector has definitely been stepping up their game lately, and I think they're only going to continue to step up their game. For the record, all my logos are 100%. Now run along and tell. Oh man, I guess we got a funny guy. I guess we got a funny guy in the chat, but Laser Pants probably sunned that whole illogical argument or whatever was happening there. But yeah, man. Exo says, Articulated Ninja, hey, I may have missed this, but did you see the Mezco 112 mech suit? Have no clue of it until after it became hard to find. I did. I brought it up in my most recent mech video. I spoke about the Mezco mech suit. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Shout out to RG once again, but that thing is pricey. It is super pricey. And yeah, not for me at that price because I can't army build it. And I love to army build. But now that we have this $15 mech suit, I would probably, if I came across the Mezco one, I would definitely get one now and not feel bad about it because I can army build the cheaper $15 ones. And maybe that could be like the main character one. But prior to this $15 one, we really didn't have mech suits unless you was using something like from like Render Boy 3D, who makes mech suits, but like they're 3D printed and he sculpts them out and stuff like that or whatever. Unless you're using something like that, we didn't have mech suits. Ryan says it wasn't even an argument. It was just a weirdo being butthurt for the YouTuber he simps for. All right, man. I believe it, man. There is a lot of butthurt people in this community, and it's funny, man, because I feel like some of the stuff that I see these guys complain about, it's only a representation to me of how little they have actually been through in their real life. Like there's no, sure, I try to come with logical arguments when it comes to Hasbro and certain companies like NECA. Somebody said it was like $350 or something for 2-3 walls and a floor. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll rip these companies apart all day when they do greedy shit like that. But I'm not really going to sit here and go back and forth or complain about something when it comes to toys or really make it so much a part of my life that I'm just arguing with other people about it. And nah, bro, I've been through way too much shit in my life to sit here and really get upset or really defend some other guy or some other company, whatever. I try to be logical about it. Look, all the people that I seen saying that the Vanguard was out of scale. When it's not the Vanguard that's out of scale, it's the his tank that's tiny. So because if the Vanguard's out of scale, the Ramen Racers, all those things are out of scale, and clearly that's not the case. I didn't argue with none of those guys. I mean, even before I got consistent on YouTube, I was never in anybody else's YouTube comments just like writing out full paragraphs, and that stuff is funny to me. It is very, very funny to me. But I'm like, hey, some people are passionate and they want to die on certain hills and it's interesting to me because it's like, don't die on a hill for someone that wouldn't die on yours. So these companies that you're defending, or even if it's another toy tuber, you got to be careful when you get in the comments and you defend that person, unless you really believe that person would defend you too. Like I definitely don't want none of my channel members, none of my don't even argue for me. There's a lot of weird people out there, and I don't want you guys getting into no shit on my behalf. Especially at a convention, they walk up, I'll take care of it. I don't need anybody else to take care of it for me. I'll take care of that shit. But it's strange to me how these men just like go so hard for what seems like people that don't care about them. Jack has become a channel member, man. Thank you. Make sure you stay for the private live. Let's get to this giveaway. Because I was lucky enough. Give me 1 second. I was lucky enough. My bro, me and him, we love the classified line. We love the Action Force line. But he did help me get some snow serpents. And honestly, as far as the top 10 is concerned, you guys will see this snow serpent on my top 10 list of the year, even if it's as an honorable mention, because as far as accessories, they jam pack this thing. The snow serpent is one of the best classified figures I think that they ever released. And it's great I'm saying that, but I didn't give him a whole review. I had him in videos. I had him in a group video, but I didn't give him his whole own review on my channel. But I was just, sometimes I'm so happy with a figure or whatever, like I'm like, I don't even want to shoot for the next 10 hours for this one video. So I just enjoy the figure and I put it on the shelf, and then I bring it up at some later date because I'm just happy with it. I didn't want to make it any type of work or anything like that. But the giveaway is going to be for this snow serpent. My girl picked me up one, but like I said, I was lucky enough to have my bro hook me up. So we're going to do a giveaway for the snow serpent. I don't want to give away stuff from Ali, so I'm trying to give away nice stuff. But clearly, also, if we're doing the snow serpent, all of mine had warped guns. So there's no way we could give away a classified figure without justifying or rectifying the situation and giving away some straight guns as well. So it's going to be for the snow serpent and a weapons pack Echo from the Action Force line. And this is one of my favorite weapons pack. There are weapons in here that are silver, light tan, black, blast effects, smoke effects. There's no competition when it comes to weapons and stuff like that in the Action Force line. So the first giveaway, this is going to be what we're giving away right now, is a snow serpent and the weapons pack. And it's going to be very simple. Using a tool that I stole from Laser Pants. We are going to just comment a word in the chat. Give me a second and I will pull up the word. I'm going to write it in the chat right now. So to enter it, if you don't want it, hey, don't enter. But to enter, just comment. I should do my, let's see. God damn. Oh man. Hold up. Mython. Hey yo, before time runs out, I want to hit you with a super duper Merry Christmas chat. Hope you and the Find My Figures lady have a wonderful Christmas. I know all the Ninja Clan can agree. Keep being awesome and keeping it real. We love what you do, from Mr. and Mrs. Python. Yo.
Damn!
Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that shit so much. Like I said, it is Christmas time, and it's like it's a big deal when I get $5, $10. When some of you guys do shit like this, I don't know what to say and I don't know what to do other than thank you. I appreciate that shit so damn much, man. I shouldn't even call you Mython. I should just call you Oni. But no, keep the name Mython. It has become popular. I see it pop up on a 3POA. People have recognized it here. Keep Mython. But thank you so much. Thank you to you and the missus. I appreciate that shit so much, man. I can't wait to be able to meet you at one of these damn conventions and to be able to say thank you in person. Thank you so much, Mython. I appreciate that shit, man. Thank you. See, I don't even remember what I was the names. Hashtag, yeah. Thank you once again. Shout out to Mython for that shit. God damn. Thank you, Mython. The names, the ladies are saying thank you too, man. So we're gonna do hashtag. It should be right, hashtag thickies, but we'll do hashtag just to annoy him. We'll do hashtag laser pants. Let's do hashtag laser pants in the chat. Laser pants, you're not allowed to enter. Don't even enter laser pants. You're not allowed to enter. Yeah. So we're gonna do hashtag laser pants in the chat, man. So everybody that wants to enter for the snow serpent and the weapons pack, because I'm not even gonna lie, guys, I opened up like 3 snow serpents, and on every single one, I should have had it next to me. I should have had this. I don't have this shit scripted. When I go live, nothing is scripted. Sometimes I pull up pictures and I put the pictures in a folder and I'm like, yeah, I'll bring up those pictures and I'll talk about it. But I should have had the RPG or the rocket launcher, whatever it is. I should have had that because every single one of them were bent. Every single one on every single snow serpent, mines were bent. So of course we got to throw in some good weapons with the shitty ones. But anybody that wants to enter, just put in hashtag laser pants. Let me get that set up right now. Give me 1 second. Also, I've been thinking, even though, like I said, I say all the time, the girls do not care to be on camera at all. But even if they're on screen with me audio wise, let me know if you guys would like for either both of them or at least one of them to be on screen with me audio wise. Maybe next time I go live. Because while I'm setting stuff up, she can be talking to you guys and bringing up chats and answering stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. But give me 1 second. Hashtag laser pants. I'm just waiting to see if it actually says that there's entries. I'm not sure why it still says 0 entries. So maybe it takes a minute to load up. But let's see. No. Hashtag laser pants. Make sure I put that in the right way. Choose a live stream. I wonder why it's not why it's not drawing the entries now. I used this before. I used this on my my public one. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I do it this way. StreamYard. So let's see. Okay, all right, I got it working. We got it working so far. Give me 1 second. I just wanted to collect as many people as it possibly can. So it's hashtag laser pants. I don't think the upper lowercase matters. I just do it all lowercase, yeah. Just like this. Shout out to Ted for being here, man. I appreciate almost 300 people rocked with me tonight. I try to just go live for like an hour, speak my piece, talk to the chat, see what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. But let's see. We still have entries coming in. So everybody make sure that you put in hashtag laser pants, aka sexy potato poppy. That is sexy potato poppy. That should be my next one, sexy potato poppy. Laser Pants is one of those guys that was definitely born with some flavor in his life. He was born with some sazon, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I got this working. I was worried it wasn't gonna work. I almost shit myself on screen. I don't know why it didn't work over there, but let's see. Okay, entries are still rolling in, which is crazy. We're at over 80 and climbing. We're still getting more entries. That's why I didn't draw it yet, guys. I'm gonna draw it in like 60 seconds. So make sure that you have your laser pants locked in. That sounds funny. Have your laser pants locked in. I really do like giving stuff away, man. It's addicting, because I like the idea of just not, a lot of people talk about giving back, and I mean, every year I do Toys for Tots. This year we had a pretty big box to go to Toys for Tots, especially some stuff from like Five Below and Ollie's and stuff. So that was cool, but it was still going to something and to people that I didn't get to see, didn't get to have no part in. So this is really cool to me that it's going to collectors and stuff. And I don't care what you guys, I mean, it's a free figure, right? So kit bash it. Kit bash it, practice with it, do whatever you want to do with it as long as it makes you happy. We're good. All right, guys, so we're about to draw. Give me 1 second. Any last entries? Let's draw this. Let me present one more time. This way you guys can see. Let's see who is going to win. Richard Easy. You have won the Snow Serpent. Man, it was slowing down on names like Blake Tarpley and shit. I was like, there were so many names that I recognized that it actually started to slow down on. But Richard, you actually won the Snow Serpent and the Weapons Pack Echo. So look for the Find My Figures girls in the chat. They will take care of it. Unless, like, if you don't mind putting your email in the chat, you could just comment your email in the comments or in the chat, and we will reach out to you. You can also reach out to the Find My Figures girls on Instagram, and after you just prove to them that you are Richard Easy, everything will be smooth sailing from there. But Richard Easy, you have won the Snow Serpent, and because it's Christmas time, we're gonna do one more giveaway for, I call this the Naruto variant. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do one more giveaway for the Alley Viper, aka the Naruto variant, because he's orange, man. And I recently got the red ones in, and I love the red ones so much, but I have this extra orange one sitting here. So now we are doing a giveaway for an Alley Viper, classified Alley Viper. So the word for that one will be hashtag Dicky. Very, very simple. I just commented it in the chat. So hashtag Dicky for anybody that wants to try and get this Alley Viper. Of course, all the stuff is brand new. I was thinking about doing stuff for like stuff that I've had in videos, like the mech and stuff like that. And let me know if you guys would think that's like a good idea or be interesting. I just don't think people want anything used, even if it's something used by me. But hashtag Thicky, which is very channel appropriate. I'll save the white potato poppy one. I'm gonna save that one for later. We're gonna do Thicky now. Give me 1 second. Let's set this up again. Hashtag Thicky. Just like that. Spelled just like that. And let's start collecting some comment. God damn. We're already at 65. That was pretty fast. So 65. Seriously. Oh man. Blake says, seriously, something you/custom sound by you will be dope. Man, Blake is such a huge supporter of the channel. I gotta take that into heavy consideration because Mr. Tarpley has said it himself. So yeah, I will keep that in mind. I gotta figure out what it is, whether it be a vehicle that I did a video for, or like I said, maybe the mech. I know some people, it's not easy to find those mechs, or at least I should say it wasn't easy for me to find the mechs. I had to go to quite a few different stores, and shout out to my man Scott, man. He definitely helped me get that done. Hashtag Thicky, guys. Just make sure I'm about to wrap that up. So I know we have lives. It is Chris Miss Weekend. Shout out to Jester in the house, man. I like seeing his name pop up in the chat. This is someone that I actually have real world experience with. So I know that he's cool as shit. I love seeing him in the chat. He has some good combos with everybody. Shout out to Jester. Okay, we still have entries coming in. We're at 71 and counting. Just make sure y'all hashtag Thicky just to be sure. Hashtag Thicky for the giveaway of that Naruto edition Alley Viper. Not a homie to that shit. This has nothing to do with Naruto. That's just me joking around. But the Alley Viper. Okay, so let's see who's going to get this Alley Viper. Oh man, this is such a convenient, nice little tool. I love this thing, man. Shout out to Potato Poppy for hooking me up, man. Andres H. Oh man. I like, yo, look at how swagged out that cat is, bro. Why his cat got so much riz? Yo, shout out to you, man. Once again, reach out to the Found My Figures girls either on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, reach out to them in the comments. You could put your email in the comments and we will reach out to you. And we'll get all the logistics figured out. Make sure you are who you're saying, who you know runs this account. But man, shout out to you, Andres H. You got the Alley Viper, man. So that was 2 giveaways, and like I said, I try not to give away stuff that, you know, you could find. I would say you could find that Dollar General, but then at the same time, you could find them damn mech suits now. So maybe I need to start giving away some Dollar General shit too, because those mech suits are dope as hell, man. But yo, I appreciate everybody that rocked with me for this long. Thank you so damn much. Let me make sure we don't got any collect to disconnect. He is back in the building, man. As a channel member, another new member, man, Joe Bits. What is going on? Thank you. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys so much. We're gonna, right as soon as this ends, we're gonna try to wrap this up in like 5 minutes. So if you guys got any last comments, anything you want to say or whatever, just say it now. We're gonna wrap this up and then we're gonna do the private live. But I appreciate everybody that stood for this long. Oh, Joe Bits, a $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. Happy Festive Ninja. I'd like to contribute a giveaway of classified nunchuck. However you do it, I'm sure Laser can help me get this nunchuck out. Dude, that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. I don't know if you have Instagram. If anything, if you have the Joe Bits on Instagram or whatever, reach out to me on Instagram, or you could reach out to the Find My Figures girls. But yeah, we can definitely figure that out. And Nunchuck is a nice ass figure, so nice that I'm waiting for mine to show up because I'm excited. I am excited. I don't have him yet. But shout out to Joe Bits. Not only did he become a new member, he wants to help participate in a giveaway. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that so damn much. EXO says, any way to send you item slash free stuff. Now, here's the thing about this. Like, so I have a P.O. box. I have to start advertising it. But a lot of the times I don't advertise it because, like I said, I know times are rough for people. I don't want people to take what little they got and try to send me stuff. But I do have a P.O. box. I gotta, like I said, I saw your stuff on Instagram. I gotta reach out. I gotta put my PO box in my YouTube, and it doesn't mean, because some people will be like, hey, because I sent you something, you have to do a review on it. And I let everybody know, especially if you're sending something to the PO box. Not only do I not have the time, but you can't like buy my channel or buy my reviews or buy any. But if you literally just want to send a gift or whatever, and like, hey man, that's appreciated. I have to advertise my PO box. But like I said, it doesn't mean that a video is going to get done. I probably will reach out to you though and say thank you, especially if you're on Instagram. But I got to advertise my PO box, and eventually I 100% will. Nick says, slow down on my name, and I got excited. Yo, it did. Shout out Ninja. Found you over the summer when I had a bad accident and was on the show for 3 months. I appreciate your honesty when it comes to talking toys. Man, I appreciate that, man. And I hope that you're doing better. I hope that accident didn't change up too much, bro. And even if it did, it still seems like you're positive as shit, man, and you're still hanging in there. So that is awesome. Shout out to you, Nick. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad that you found the channel. Jesse with the super chat. Merry Christmas, Ninja, and everyone who came out. Merry Christmas to you too, man. I hope that you're good. Hope that the family's good. Mython, you're done for the night. You're done for the night. Not even $1.99. You're good. I second Blake's motion. I'm assuming he's talking about Blake saying that I should do some giveaways and stuff like that for my customs, like the mech or some vehicles. And yeah, man, I definitely got to take that into consideration now. I wanted to bring this up real fast. Not Top Goon is in the house. Happy to make it. Hope everyone is having a happy holiday. Finally quit my job and gonna move. When I get settled down, I'm planning on making vids. Dude, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But you already know. I mean, you don't have to, but so many people know that name, and so many people know that damn picture. You kind of already got your name as far as your channel and who you're gonna be on YouTube. But that would be dope, man. And do what you like. Don't do what's popular. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Try it. See what you like. See what you don't. See what videos you want to keep. See what videos you're tired of doing. Just stay true to yourself, and it will continue to be fun. And it's going to be easy to be consistent as long as you're doing what you like. But shout out to Not Top Goon, man. Such a chill guy. Recently had a talk with him, and it was really, really nice. The girl said, congrats to the winners. Please reach out on Instagram so I can have your info before the live ends. Okay, so reach out on Instagram. You can try to reach out to me on Instagram as well, but they are more consistent. They are more diligent when it comes to that stuff. I appreciate them so much. So thank you, ladies. And let me make sure this don't tell me my business. I could do that because we on my channel. We on my channel. I could do that. Yo, stop, man. Yo, we're good. We're good. We're gonna no. Oh man, yo, tonight was such a chill, laid back stream, and now 250 people. Y'all rocked with me for over an hour and some change. The private live will be up in like 10 minutes. If you're a Ninja Clan member, just go to my channel. You will find it under the members tab. You'll be able to join the private live, man. Last minute, man. Another damn channel member. Eddie, shout out to Eddie for joining the Ninja Clan. Definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Make sure that you stay for that private live, because we're going to go live privately, and that's where we have some more interesting, less PG-13 conversations about toys, the industry, everything, man. So join that private live. Yo, I appreciate everybody that rocked with me 100% for this long, man. And the giveaways were fun. I'm glad that we did too. And I think that there were some pretty decent giveaways as far as what was in them. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. I brought this up in my video yesterday. Guys, if you have not watched the Keep It Real video, like I said, those videos, so I don't even monetize them most times, but when you do monetize a video, YouTube pushes it more. And that makes sense as a business. They're going to push videos that they're getting paid from. So sometimes I just put an advertisement right in the beginning, but those videos don't get views like that, though. That's not the purpose of those videos. A lot of the times those are the worst performing videos on my channel, and YouTube usually copy strikes it because I'm talking about things like self-deletion and very serious subjects. So those videos are just, performance wise, they're negatives to my channel, but they 100% are worth it, and I'm never going to stop doing them. If you did not see the Keep It Real video, go check that out, man, because I just want to say one more time, please, 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 please be careful, be careful, be careful driving. There's a lot of people on the road right now that's not paying attention. I know what it's like to have multiple phone calls that change your life. Yo, 2 seconds on the road can either change your life or someone else's life. Please be careful. Plus, we got to be here for all these damn action figures, man. So there was so many names in the chat tonight. Like I said, Rocco showed out. Not Top Goon was here. Art G was here. Shout out to Disavow too. Like there was just so many people, man. Scott Hughes. Give me 1 second. Scott, I just wanted to tell everyone Merry Christmas using a members chat, man. Shout out to Scott, guys. When I say Scott, I a lot of times I don't say his last name. I probably should, but that's the guy that I'm referring to, man. And there's not a lot of good people left nowadays, but he's definitely one of them, and I can 100% vouch for that. So definitely shout out to Scott. And I think I missed this right before we head out. What are your thoughts on the Mega Man Jada figures, and what other video games would you want Jada to make? I wish Jada would get Mortal Kombat. This is an easy question to answer. I wish Jada or Action Force or we need a company to get Mortal Kombat. Other than Storm Collectibles, what they do is amazing. It's great. But for me, it's a little out of scale. So if we can have a company like that, that would be awesome. I wish that Jada would do Mortal Kombat, and the Mega Man figures are cool. Obviously, based on your photo, I could tell that you probably like them. You're a big fan of them. You're excited. The Mega Man figures look really, really nice. I just like, let's say, Mega Man X. I like those more modern renditions of Mega Man a little bit more. But I am a Mega Man fan, and I cannot wait. I think if I seen them in person, which hopefully I do, hopefully the distribution isn't that bad. I hope that I see them in person, because I don't think I'm going to be able to pass on them in person. But they look awesome, man. They look awesome. Thank you, Figure Motion 23, for asking that question. And we got Nelson in the house. Lead the way, Ninja. And we also got Not So Super Mario. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yo, with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that is here. Eddie, with a $5 super chat, man. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You're a channel member, so even if you did mean to write something, stay for the private chat. You could write it there, and I will definitely pull it up on screen. Sometimes like shit messes up and it doesn't write out what you wrote or something like that. But thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that, Eddie. Thank you, man, and thank you for becoming a member too. But guys, be safe, everybody. Like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace.
I don't wanna grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't wanna grow up,
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
they got the best for so much less.
You'll really flip your lid.
From bikes to trains to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz! I don't wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Once a Toys R Us kid?
Always a Toys R Us kid.